Big Meech thought teaming up with Rick Ross was a smart move, a way to regain power. But now, he's learning the hard way. Loyalty in the industry is nothing but a lie. He turned his back on 50 Cent, choosing Ross instead. But now that he's out of prison, all he's met with is betrayal. At first, Rick Ross welcomed him with open arms, promising to help him get back on his feet. But the moment things didn't go as planned, Ross dropped him like nothing, then ran straight back to the man he once called his enemy, 50 Cent. Now, Meech stands alone, betrayed by the very man he thought was on his side. He's finally realizing the harsh truth. The streets ain't what they used to be. But why would Rick Ross turn his back on Big Meech like that? And is 50 Cent the one pulling the strings behind the scenes? Oh, trust me, this story runs deep and it's about to get real messy. Let's dive in. You know what they say. What goes around, comes around. And right now, Big Meech is learning that lesson the hard way. After spending years behind bars, he thought he was about to make a huge comeback. But instead, he's trapped, caught between betrayal and regret, with no one left in his corner. The man he turned his back on, 50 Cent, is thriving off the BMF brand. Meanwhile, the man he ran to, Rick Ross, is acting like he never even knew him. But here's the twist. Rick Ross may have played the snake, whispering in Meech's ear and driving a wedge between him and 50. But in doing so, he might have actually done 50 Cent the biggest favor ever. Because let's be real, if Meech could betray 50 that easily, after everything 50 did to keep his name alive with the BMF show, then maybe he was always a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. Now, word on the streets is that Meech is scrambling, looking for someone to blame. Someone to take the fall for why his legacy concert flopped, and why no one is rushing to help him get back on his feet. And who better to point the finger at than the man who hyped him up, only to leave him hanging, Rick Ross. Because if you really break it down, Meech was nothing more than a pawn in Rick Ross's game. Ross never truly wanted to help him. He wanted to humiliate 50 Cent and take the entire BMF legacy for himself. The moment things got messy, Rick Ross disappeared, leaving Big Meech high and dry. Now Meech is out here trying to play the victim, but the truth is, he played himself. And if there's one thing the streets don't forgive, it's a man who switches sides just because someone waves a little money in front of him. But how deep does this betrayal go? And is 50 Cent really sitting back, watching it all unfold with a grin, knowing he got rid of a snake without even lifting a finger? Word on the street is that 50 might have pulled some strings to get Big Meech's Welcome Back concert shut down. Y'all are about to be real disappointed when Lil Baby doesn't show up, when Skills doesn't show up, when V doesn't show up. Nobody's showing up. But let's be real. Why would 50 even need to get his hands dirty when Meech was already setting himself up for failure? The snitching rumors were already out there. The concert was giving desperation instead of legacy. And if there's one thing 50 knows how to do, it's sit back and let his enemies destroy themselves. Just 2 hours before the concert was supposed to start, the Amaranth Bank Arena pulled the plug out of nowhere. Their official statement: due to unforeseen circumstances, tonight's show has been canceled. Refunds will be made at point of purchase. No explanation. No warning. Just straight up embarrassment for Meech. And guess who was sitting back, watching it all unfold like he already knew how the story would end? 50 Cent. Big Meech's massive welcome home concert? Canceled. What did 50 say? The bill was insane. The artist lineup was unbelievable. And before the concert was even announced, 50 was already telling everyone it would never happen. Now that he's been proven right, he's doing what he does best, being the pettiest villain in the game. He posted the canceled flyer like it was a Grammy trophy, with a caption so slick it might as well have come with a cigar and a gold chain. I had nothing to do with this. Please stop calling my phone. I sincerely hope you have a nice day today. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm stronger than you think I am. Now, if you believe that, I've got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. 50 doesn't deny anything. He just makes sure you know he's always 2 steps ahead. Then, he hit Instagram again, acting all apologetic. If you bought an outfit and was ready to turn up, I apologize for whoever's responsible. 50 Cent just played his enemies like a chess game, while Big Meech is left struggling. It all started when fans accused 50 of shutting down a BMF event in Miami. Instead of denying it, 50 posted, basically confirming that he wasn't going to let anyone play with him. Now Big Meech is left looking for someone to blame, but the truth is, he did this to himself. Rick Ross set him up, 50 washed his hands of the situation, and now Meech is alone. No concert, no friends, and no support. To make things worse, Lil Meech, the family's main earner, just lost his job. Lil Meech tried to play the loyalty card with 50, hoping to save the concert, but it didn't work. BMF Season 4 has been canceled, and 50 even leaked Lil Meech's private messages. In the text, Lil Meech expressed his love and loyalty to 50, but admitted that Rick Ross gave Big Meech money to cover bills until the next season of BMF started. This was a huge mistake. Big Meech not only sided with 50's biggest enemy, but now he's financially dependent on Rick Ross. It looks like Ross is using this situation to drive a wedge between Big Meech and 50 Cent. Even The Game chimed in, saying Lil Meech should have stood by his father no matter what. Meanwhile, 50 Cent is just watching his enemy destroy himself without even lifting a finger. The BMF legacy is falling apart, and 50 is letting it happen. Everyone saw the concert failing except the Meech family. Now, Lil Meech is turning against the man who gave him a career, a platform, and a way to survive while his father was in prison. 50 isn't holding back either. He's now calling out Big Meech's parenting. He pointed out that Rick Ross, who's now suddenly helping Big Meech, never did anything for Lil Meech's future. It was 50 who paid for his acting school and set him up for success. Instead of protecting his son's future, Big Meech came home acting like the Black Pablo Escobar and ruined everything. This isn't just about rap beef anymore, it's full-blown betrayal. Big Meech had 50's support, but he made choices that pushed him further into isolation. And now, it's too late. 50's long-standing feud with Rick Ross just made this situation even messier. Their beef goes way back to 2008, involving diss tracks, lawsuits, and even a $7 million court loss for 50. Ross took another shot at him last year, calling him broke. But if history has shown us anything, it's that 50 Cent never lets things slide. And now, the drama is bigger than just egos. There are rumors that this might be the final season of BMF, a show tied to 50's $150 million Starz deal. If 50 walks away from that money, it would hurt anyone. But knowing him, he always has a plan. 50 Cent always plays the long game. Once you cross him, there's no turning back. And now, things are getting real messy. He didn't just make up the snitching rumors about Big Meech. These whispers have been around for a while. Even before 50 called him out, people were already saying Meech might have cut a deal with the feds. And at the center of it all, a woman named Tammy Cowens, a close friend of Meech, but also a known federal informant. Tammy reportedly helped Meech negotiate a deal that shortened his prison sentence. But let's be real, Meech wasn't getting out early for free. He had to give up something big in return. That something was his longtime friend and business partner, Dion Cuffy Gatling. Cuffy and Meech had been close for years, running businesses together. But according to Cuffy's daughter, their family was shocked when they found out Meech was the one who set Cuffy up. In 2011, Meech reached out to Cuffy about making a BMF movie. Cuffy thought it was a legit opportunity. But later, when the legal documents came out, they found that the confidential informant, CS1, in the case was Tammy Cowens, and everyone knew Tammy wouldn't have moved without Meech's approval. When Cuffy's family confronted Meech, he brushed it off like it was nothing. But the more they investigated, the clearer it became. Meech had betrayed his own friend. Even with all this evidence, some people still defend Big Meech. Young Buck even jumped into the conversation, standing up for Meech. But 50 Cent? He wasn't having it. 50 clowned Young Buck, reminding everyone of his past scandals, and made it clear that once you switch sides, there's no coming back. Some people are now accusing 50 of using the drama to stir up attention. But let's be real, both sides made money off BMF. Big Meech's life story became a TV show, making him even more famous, and Lil Meech got a career in Hollywood, thanks to 50 Cent paying for his acting school and putting him on. But instead of staying loyal, Lil Meech turned his back on 50. And now, he's struggling. So what do you think? Did Big Meech snitch on his own people to get out early? Or is 50 Cent just exposing the truth that everyone else is too scared to say? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. This drama is far from over.